use with YouTube. This is Angry, and today we're going to be talking about wireframes. All right. So, what are wireframes? All right. So, in the previous videos, you have seen me doing an example in the Figma design over here for the mockup and a prototype, just as a simple example. Again, this is not supposed to be a finished product at all. I want to talk a little bit about what is different compared to a prototype and what is compared to basically just a regular mockup. So what is a wireframe? So as you can see, a wireframe is just a really simple design of the website, a scratch design to say the least, all right? So it's not like a prototype or a mockup. You can do it for multiple devices. So as you can see over here, if I go and I create new file, right, and a new document, I can just select the pixels that I want for it, right? So if I go into Untitled, then I create new one. As you can see over here, all the pixels that I have assigned have been registered over here. I can also limit myself to a header, for example, that will have the Y height of 250 pixels and have the same example for maybe the footer, right? So I'm just going to put something randomly over here. Then over here, maybe add in like a rectangle like I did over here in the logo. Right over here, I can just import an image. So I'm just going to add in the logo image. I don't think I have the logo image over here. I can just copy this one, right? But you get the idea. It's basically just a regular wireframe or a regular sketch. And this is like an example of how it should look like, right? So if I go into pages as well, and if you want to check out a really good tutorial on a web designer, I'm going to leave a link in the description in order for you to learn a lot more about Adobe InDesign. It's just going to be a quick video just explaining the layout and how you can handle the Adobe InDesign layout a little bit, right? So like in Visual Studio Code, if you have worked with workspaces before, you can create one your own. So the regular one that people like usually select for this type of situations is interactive for PDF, but you can create your own. And as you can see, I have my custom one over here. And just to add in stuff to it or whatever panels you want to add into it, you can just add it over here from the window. Like for example, you want to add in interactive layouts. Where are they? Yeah, here they are. And you want to add in, for example, like animations, hyperlinks, whatever, page transitions, timing, right? All of this you can add in within your windows, and you can also add in within your views, right? So if I go over here, like I said, in the window, and I just select, for example, in the interactive layout, let's check out buttons and forms, right? So interactive, and then maybe add in like this liquid layout. I already have it, so let's add in the timing. So as you can see, it opens up this panel and I can just add it over here. That's going to be saved in the workspace. So one of the recommendations, if you wanted to like check out what I have in my panel over here, you can just add in from interactive the liquid layout, right? I also have in the styles, the character styles, the object styles, and the paragraph styles. And you can see them all on the right. I also have buttons and forms, media, and liquid layout, right? So let me talk a little bit more about colors also as well. So what is really cool about Adobe InDesign is that you could basically structure the simplest things a lot of people ignore on a website, which is the fonts, colors, and all of this can be added actually to CC libraries. So if I go into my CC libraries over here and I press done, right? So as you can see, I have a color library. So right now in the color library, I only have this beige color, right? But you get the idea. You can just add in like a color palette for your website over here, create a simple layout, and As well as that, also there's something called a master page, right? So this is a main page or a parent page. So if I like for now, if I'm just gonna duplicate it, but it's supposed to be the behavior is if I insert another page, right, and I select the parent over here that's supposed to be this page, right? It's basically gonna take the same layout on each and every page, right? But again, you can double check the uh, video that I mentioned in the description. Is gonna explain a lot more than I do over here. So that is the difference between a wireframe, a mockup, and a prototype. So again, a wireframe is just like a scratch, simple, really website, like a pen and paper type of like website. A mockup is just an example how the website is going to be looking like on a phone, on a tablet, or a desktop. And a prototype is how that user would interact actually with the device itself, right? So if you have like a mobile, how would the user interact with it? And if you have a desktop, how would the user interact with it? And the same thing for tablets, right? But for wireframes, it's just the simplest type of forms. And again, you can make this complicated as much as you want, adding character styles, object styles, paragraph styles. There is a lot that you could add. And what's really cool about also Adobe InDesign is that you could go to File and then export this one, right? And then just select HTML, right? But to be honest, like when I try to do this, a lot of this usually just ends out a little bit messed up, you know? So yeah, as you can see over here, it just ends up a little bit messed up. But that's what I'm trying to say. This is not supposed to give you like a final website. Again, if you tone your skulls and everything, you can adjust to do something like this, but that's not the purpose of Adobe InDesign and web development, right? So again, you can check out more web designer videos and more tutorials on that topic. But again, I'm just comparing this to Figma and to prototyping and just regular mockups in Figma. All right, so I hope you liked the video, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. This was Angry Video, and peace, guys.